Honorable Chief Minister KCR Garu, Honorable Minister for Industry and Information Technology KTR Garu, several dignitaries that are here this evening, several unicorns were there here with us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. On behalf of the T-Hub board, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you for the inaugural ceremony of T-Hub 2.0. Today actually is a momentous day in the history of the city or the state of Telangana. For we are inaugurating the largest incubation center in the world. This is, you can go and Google around, which KTR Garu was also sharing with me. If you go and say which is the largest, it will come out to be T-Hub. So that's how this facility has been built. And certainly, if you look at the 8-year history of governance by KCR Garu and his team, there are a number of initiatives that have been brought up by them. All of them require great appreciation for us. But to me, the one which comes on the top of my mind is the T-Hub. This was an initiative which was started off in 2015. It took more amount of grounding by 2016. And the course of 6 years, what you're seeing is amazing transformation in terms of innovation, incubation, and entrepreneurship. My colleague MSR excuse me, gave you some very heartening numbers in terms of number of startups that were created and also in terms of how much amount of funding that was provided to these startups. In addition to creating a co-working space in the initial days, the vision was to support them with business, legal, accounting services, mentor services, and so on and so forth. And certainly what it transformed itself over a period of time is amazing. It has become the incubator of incubators. It is now the hub for corporate innovation. It is certainly a place where startups come for internationalization. So several more things happened as opposed to just being an incubator. And certainly I like to also call out 2 other new initiatives which the government has done in the very recent past. One is that they're now providing incentives for startups. We are defraying the costs in marketing, part of the costs of marketing, part of the costs that are involved in terms of IP generation and few others. More importantly, the government is also providing seed money for the startups. So a combination of all of these certainly has helped us in creating an ecosystem which is nothing but the best. And that largely because the unwavering support we got from government. On this count, we like to thank KCR Garu, our Chief Minister, for his vision. Ladies and gentlemen, please join your hands to give a big round of applause for KCR Garu. T-Hub 2.0 is actually being inaugurated at a point of time when we believe that there are 2 forces which are in play. One is a challenge, the other is an opportunity. If you look at India at this point of time, we have this enormous amount of advantage of demographic dividend. I'm sure all of you are familiar. That's the age group of 16 to 60 years. If the number of people are over 51% of the total population of a nation is supposed to be getting a demographic dividend. India has that today. But along with that comes a challenge too. You get about 10 to 20 million people every year coming into the job market. There is enormous amount of stress, therefore, to create jobs. That's the challenge. But then it also comes with an opportunity. I'm sure everyone in this room recognizes it, that there is tremendous amount of change happening with technology. technology change have been extremely rapid. It's been accelerating at a pace we've never seen behind. I've been with the industry for a little over 40 years now. I haven't experienced this at all, the pace at which things are changing. So the change at this point of time provides enormous amount of opportunity. Change in terms of new technologies, change in terms of digital know-how. COVID actually brought us a lot of grief because it hurt life, livelihood, and also learning. But what is important is it also accelerated the deployment of technology. So which effectively means that there are lots of opportunities in terms of deploying the technology. What do we have as a major resource for our nation, for our state of Telangana, for the city of Hyderabad, is talent. We have people. And so if you look at this combination of two things, entrepreneurs who create jobs, which means that they can employ these people, who also create wealth, and finally they also solve just not problems for creating wealth for themselves, but equally important, they create, they solve social change. Societal challenges are also solved by them. But the key to it would lie in making sure that this talent is absolutely the best. My humble submission, I've done this several times to KTR Garu, that he is sick of hearing me. But sir, I'll make this humble submission to our Honorable Chief Minister Garu. Sir, our talent, it has to become more knowledge-centric. We have to ensure that rigor in our teaching has to increase. Innovation has to increase. So there are unique initiatives that are being done in Telangana. One is we have the innovation cell, which actually is going to the grassroots school levels at this point of time. We also at this point of time have a second initiative of making sure there's inclusiveness coming from rural areas. But to this, if we now add a more rigor in making sure that education system becomes large, because today the situation is, sir, that the demand is very good for technical talent, extremely high. So today, globally, people spend $2.5 trillion on technology. And we think it will still continue to grow at 4 to 5 from 1.0 to 2.0. I like to recognize and thank our board of directors, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan. Jayesh is here, you saw him already. Professor P.J. Narayanan, can you stand up, P.J., so that people recognize you? Mr. Faizan Mustafa, who is not here. And then Professor Madan Pulikla, the new addition to our board. Madan, please. I thought we had Shashi Reddy with us. Shashi is also not here. Srini Raju. Srini. We have Mr. Raman Kumar, and of course, a pillar of strength to us as an advisory board member is Professor Ajit Rangnekar. We also like to thank Mr. Narasimha Reddy for his unstinted support that he gives us all the time. He is the hidden force in making this particular building a reality. I'd also like to thank the past and present CXOs of T-Hub, J. Krishnan, Srini Kolipara, who is here. Srini, can you get up for a minute? We also saw Ravi Narayan is not here, Mr. Srinivas Rao. So on behalf of all the stakeholders of Telangana state, I like to profusely thank them for their outstanding contribution. Finally, one person who made the difference in making this dream a reality, I'm sure everybody guesses that. See, Ram, I did not say anything. Please, Mr. K.T. Ramaragaru, big round of applause. I'm amazed with the passion he has. As a director on the board, I can tell you, I've been the director on the board right from day one. I'm the guy who wrote the Articles of Association, signed as the first founder director. He knows every detail of what's happening, but he never interferes with anything. But finally, he is there for anything that you ask. Ram, a big thank you from my side. With this, let me conclude by wishing all the very best for T-Hub 2.0 success. Thank you. Thank you, Reddy.
Thank you very much, Mohan Reddy garu. The T-Hub facility is located here in Hyderabad quite obviously.